after I graduated from college in the middle part of the Vietnam War and elected to go to OCS and then serve in the Navy for 3 years. Coming out of that, I worked for a couple of years in a steel company, specialty metals company, I should say, and worked for Brown, where I had gone, of which I was an alumnus, for 5 years, ending up as the Associate Director of Development, fundraising position. I found myself blocked there, and I started searching something that would combine my new skills, I suppose, with the chance to advance. And it just so happened that the Rhode Island Foundation, which had only a part-time director who was ready to retire. I did that for 5 years, which combined my fundraising experience and a new experience for me, grant making. I've always felt that the community foundations were the most honest in the way that if they succeed, it's because they're doing two things right, not just one. And that is they're making the kind of grants that people admire them for, and that permits them to go ask some of those same people for money to do more grants. They succeed based on their success in a very market-sensitive, they make their own market. And if they're doing it well, they're doing well. I actually was approached by Kresge through a mutual friend when Ted Taylor was looking for a vice president. And I was very happy living where I was. I was executive director of a foundation which then had $23 million and was growing it. And I really, 2 young children, I didn't expect to move anywhere. But the ability to come to Kresge, a national foundation, at a time when there was an opportunity for me there to grow in my career and my knowledge, act on a bigger screen, and good people and a good program. And finally, I looked at the amount of money that Kresge was giving away at that time, which was, I think, about $35 million a year. And I looked at the assets of the Rhode Island Foundation, which were $23 million total. And I said, there's a difference of scale here that I really need to think about. Coming to Kresge, the vice president in a staff of about 10. When I became president, I think we had 17. But when I left, this is after 27 years, we had 32, and our assets went from about $650 million to $3.4 billion. So these are only numbers, but it does express that it was quite a ride. I felt myself very fortunate to be given the chance to work up through that organization. It captured everything that I'd done beforehand and put it to better use, I think, in a bigger context. I found Michigan the kind of climate in which you could stay stuck in your own corner and do just your type of grant, or you could get out, get involved, and have an effect on programs that your own limited funding couldn't fund. And that was a great pleasure to me. It is for all grant makers when you find some other grant maker who will pay the grant to do your project.